I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett premium building. And one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet, and I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case I have a big project I need to bring in, but I have air ran in here and air conditioning, and this fan vents the fumes outside. You can see I have the 3 lights so I don't get any shadows. This room is 8 foot by 12 foot. And then this room over here is our craft room, mainly for my mom. This room is 12 foot by 14 foot. And it's also air conditioned. And it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I still have to do my dust collection, which you see sitting here, but it's not hooked up yet. And then this will eventually be cabinetry, where we will have a miter station and some drawers to store things. Still a work in progress. I did install a bathroom facility here, mainly for mom again. But we have an in-shop bathroom. I'm a big coffee guy, so we have a kitchen with a coffee maker and refrigerator. And then up here is the sink and also the mechanic area. If I need to turn any wrenches, I can do that from here. So thanks for looking around, guys. I am so happy with my shop, and I really appreciate the opportunity to show it to you. I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett premium building. And One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet, and I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case I have a big project I need to bring in, but I have air ran in here and air conditioning, and this fan vents the fumes outside. You can see I have the 3 lights so I don't get any shadows. This room is 8 foot by 12 foot. And then this room over here is our craft room, mainly for my mom. This room is 12 foot by 14 foot. And it's also air conditioned. And it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I still have to do my dust collection, which you see sitting here, but it's not hooked up yet. And then this will eventually be cabinetry, where we will have a miter station and some drawers to store things. Still a work in progress. I did install a bathroom facility here, mainly for mom again. But we have an in-shop bathroom. I'm a big coffee guy, so we have a kitchen with a coffee maker and refrigerator. And then up here is the sink and also the mechanic area. If I need to turn any wrenches, I can do that from here. So thanks for looking around, guys. I am so happy with my shop, and I really appreciate the opportunity to show it to you. I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett Premium building. And one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet. And I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much
Good afternoon, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Well, I was in Washington, D.C. all last week, the last 10 days, that's why you haven't seen me, so my counterpart, Trent, took over. I hope he did a good job, hope he answered your questions. But anyway, I want to tell you today, if you want to call in, you can call in at 337-391-5060, and I'll take your call, answer your question, or you can type it on the computer screen and I'll answer your question. If you have a question, if you got anything about what I talk about, just either call or get on the screen, we'll do that. First of all, let's talk about community involvement. I always talk about that first. We give back every day. And I'm going to hit the community involvement at the end, but I just want to tell you, we give back every day. And we'll just start with that. How about we get it going? All right. $500 discount every week. Military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, first responders. My competitors do not do it. If they did it, they need to advertise it. Saying it and not putting it in print is not the right way to do it. I put it out there so you can come in and say, no, that's what you advertised. Why don't they advertise it? Maybe one said he did it, but he doesn't advertise it. I think they should advertise it if in fact they really do it. Then you can hold their feet to the fire. But we do it every day. Cost per square foot, current specials. Okay, I keep telling you, I know the numbers kind of get you like, oh, it's a lot of money. But look at the square foot price. Look, let's get with this. All right, so this is on sale. Price match, any quote in writing, will beat it by $1,000. Apples to apples. But right now, I've got my value building, 30 by 50 by 12 for $29,999, a 40 by 6 for $43,999. Don't look at the numbers. This is what it is per square foot. Okay? That's what you need to look at. Because when you start looking at, do y'all have the house one on here? No? Okay. The average house is about in Louisiana, about $159 per square foot. Now, this isn't a house, but the shell is completely done, the slab is poured, and in some of these buildings you have electrical packages for $18.33 a square foot or $20 a square foot. Don't look at this yet. Look at the square foot. The square foot is what tells you how good of a deal it is. And that's on the value building, okay? This is what my competitors sell. And let me see something. Free roof and wall. Yeah, I got free roof and wall insulation right now on this particular special too. Where is your, where's your gauge metal? Anyway, it comes with 26 gauge metal. I'm going to add that to it, but it comes with 26 gauge metal. All these things are what it's coming. This is what my competitors sell, folks. Okay? And I'll beat their price by $1,000, and you get to do business with a company that's been around 26 years, A+ rating with the BBB, and basically we are the experts in this field. We've been here too long, and we covered 3 states. Okay? And we're licensed general contractors and licensed residential contractors. So let's go to the next cell, which is our signature building, which we're going to step it up here now. If you notice, now we jump from 2x6 trusses to 2x8 trusses, 5 on 12, not 4 on 12. Everything else, 4-inch concrete, two 10x10 roll-up doors. Got a 6-year workmanship warranty. Okay, here's the prices. Right now they're on sale. That's your price per square foot. Don't look at the dollars yet. Once again, $22, $20, $17, $67 a square foot. The square foot is what you need to compare what you're doing, because a house is $160 a square foot. This thing is completely built with a slab, roll-up doors installed, walk-through doors installed, a slab is in place, and some of these packages come with electrical packages too, which is the next sale, which I'll talk about that shortly. But folks, you can't beat the square foot price. And because of these signing bonus and Tiger Cash, it went from $34 to $32,999. Now's the time to buy a building. Now's the time to buy that building, okay? Remember, you can call in or you can type it. What you got up here? What's this? Jason? Oh, okay. All right, let's go to the next sale. My building, the best building in the business. The only building that's being built standard by Mallett Buildings. Once again, 30 by 50, take a discount. It's $25.33 a square foot. You can do a 40 by 50, $23.50, $22.50. Quit looking at the numbers. Look at the square foot. Remember. Now, when you look at the square foot on this building, yes, it's going to be anywhere from $2 to $3, maybe $4 higher per square foot. But look what you're going to get. Engineered 2x8 scissor trusses. 2x8s, not 2x6s, and they're scissors. Okay, 3-foot truss spacing, not 5. 9-foot post spacing, 5 on 12 roof pitch. Folks, that is the only building that that's our Mallett building, or whatever you want to call it, the elite package. My competitors say, oh, we can do that. They're going to be higher than me. I promise you. But look what else this baby comes with. 2 10x10 roll-up doors, walk-through, 26 gauge, roof and wall insulation, gutters, 6-inch concrete, not 4-inch concrete, 4,000 PSI, not 3,000 PSI like my competitors, and 6 inches, 2.5 times stronger than a 4-inch slab. Let's continue on. Comes standard with post protectors, insulated windows, engineered wood screws and ollie logs, engineered cable retention system. I'm the only one doing that. 4x4 framework on windows and doors, concrete under every post. They don't do that either. Continuous ridge vents. They don't do that either. Zac screws on the roof and walls. Wainscot free if you choose to do that. Engineered mono trusses, 145 mile per hour. Now I can engineer these buildings as high as you want. You just got to tell me what you want to do. But this building comes standard at 145. This makes this the most strongest building for these hurricane regions. Licensed engineering staff. My competitors don't have that. Mallett Secure Watch. We're videoing everything, the time to leave, everything that happens on your job site, and never sleeps, 24/7 access to me. Okay? My competitors don't want you to call them when there's a problem. I do. I'm the customer service. My name is on the buildings. This is the building. This is the best building in the business. Folks, right now you can get an electrical package, but that sale is going to end in a couple of days. That will end on February the 1st. If you want this building, you need to come get it, because that electrical package is probably going to come off. Still have some discounts, but you're going to lose that electrical package. So if you want this deal, you've got to move this week. Okay? This is the best deal in the business. Look at the square foot. Why would you want to pay $20 for a value building when you can get $25 and get all this? The concrete alone and electrical package, the electrical package is going to be $5 to $6 a square foot. It's involved, so take 5 off of that down to 20. Folks, this is the best deal in town. Not to mention, you're going to get 3-foot truss spacing, not 5. For that, excuse me, 9-foot, 5 on 12 roof pitch, and they're scissors. Best building in the business. I challenge anybody in the business to tell me this isn't the best building. It is. And I've been building them for 26 years. All right, let's see what else we got today. All right, lower price for your electrical package, 30 by 50, $26.67 special price. It's on sale, $25.33, and you get the electrical package. 40 by 50, on sale, $23.50, and you go to that 40 by 60 and down to $22.50, and you get the electrical package. Folks, hell of a deal. Take $5 off, $5 off, $5 off for the electrical package. Can't beat this, folks. Can't beat this. Unlike my competitors, We're licensed electrical contractors. I need to add that to my stuff, by the way. We're not just licensed general contractors. We're licensed electrical contractors. Okay? Let's go on. See what else we got here today. All right, I always talk about the red flags. I know that last week, Trent probably didn't cover this. I was at Washington Mardi Gras. It was a great time. I also went to the inauguration. It was a great time. And, but I really wanted to be back here and visit with y'all when you had all that snow. But anyway, 5 red flags. Anybody you do business with, go to the Secretary of State. See how many years he's been in business. Licensure. Is he a licensed residential contractor? And has he been convicted of anything? And go to the BBB and Google and see his reviews. I've over 500. Visit the contractor's facility. I want you to come visit my facility. We presently, the weather's got us kind of stalemated. We're putting our roll form plant in. We'll have that hopefully in as soon as this weather breaks. And we'll be rolling our own metal. You need to come visit us. We'll take you on a tour of a truss plant and a roll form plant. And some real packing. Okay? This is a big facility and we're proud of that. That's why whenever you give that deposit to me, you ain't got to worry about it. These other guys, you better be careful. Because this is what can happen to you. This kind of stuff. As chairman of the State Contractors Board, I see more of this mess with people pulling this stunt. He was charged with fraud. Okay? This is what happens when you don't follow the red flags. Or do business with someone who doesn't have the ability to stand behind it. For instance, let's say one of these guys builds 5 or 6 buildings and he spends the money because he's a bad manager. That's what happens here. They get you deposits. Make sure the company you're giving those kind of deposits to is sound enough and big enough or strong enough to take care of you. They're not. Their financial condition is weak. I promise you. All right, look at this. If you'd have followed the red flags, he wasn't a licensed contractor, only been in 4 years, and he was convicted. The red flags would have kept those people who this guy maybe got to if they'd have done the red flags. Now, here's another one. This is what can happen to you. You don't need this. Contractor fraud all over the place. Be careful. These two, they're from Lake Charles. They've been convicted all over the place with us. Now they also were charged with contractor fraud. This is what happened. You see, when you're not a businessman, and all of a sudden you get an account with a bunch of money, you don't understand. Not all that money's your money. And what do? They start spending it like it's their money. That's called Peter catching Paul, or Paul catching Peter, however you want to look at it. That's what happens when you give people like this big deposits. Go check their facility out. Protect yourself. Make sure the company you're giving these deposits to is strong enough to stand behind it. Don't get caught up in this mess, because it's a mess and you will regret it. I promise you, these people got to, it was a mess. So, all these guys, be careful. Southern Style Barnes, S&S Steel, Precision Metal. This one you better really be careful. I don't even think he's got a license. Did he ever get a license? He still don't have no license. None. 0. Ranger, been convicted. I mean, folks, Beck Industries, Reed's Metals. Be careful. Be careful giving those deposits to these companies. Okay? I think that you really need to be careful. You can tell by going to their facility, folks. Imagine if, okay, think of it like this. A guy's operating out of his house, hasn't really handled a lot of money. He sells 10 buildings, collects $300,000. What happens? He starts spending the money. And then when it comes time, so then what happens? He starts having to sell buildings to keep up with Peter. Okay? He's just turning money, trying to catch up. And if he doesn't sell those buildings, then Peter starts running into Paul. It takes a while. That's what I'm telling you. Be careful of this. It's dangerous. I'm telling you. Now, let's talk today. The subject matter today is preventing moisture in your building. If you notice over here, We use primary causes of, well, this is the primary. Inadequate insulation, poor ventilation, and temperature fluctuations continue to condensation issues in metal buildings. Humidity from both interior sources, like stored items or activities inside the building, and exterior sources, like climate conditions, affect moisture levels. Shoot, let's see what's the deal here. All right, humidity inside your building. When warm, humid air contacts cooler surfaces, such as metal walls and roofs, condensation occurs as the moisture is in the air, converts to water droplets on these surfaces. That's a good point. Let's talk about this. If you have a steel building, all this condensation's going to the steel. Will it not create rust? Of course it will. You can't help it. If it's a treated wood building like us, it won't have no effect. It's never going to rust. Our frame will not rust. And because it's kiln-dried, treated lumber, you don't have to worry about termites, and you don't got to worry about rot and fungal decay. The moisture will not have an effect on that treated board. It's warranted by the manufacturer. As humidity levels rise, so does the rate of condensation on cool surfaces. Proper insulation helps maintain balanced indoor humidity, reducing condensation risks. We offer free roof and insulation on all 3 buildings. Why? Because I don't want you to have this problem. All right, as you can see, what we use, now we also do the foam insulation, but what's free is we put this, as you can see, it is a moisture barrier and is also serves as insulation for reflection, solar reflection, okay? Minimize temperature difference between inside and outside surface, reducing the likelihood of condensation. It serves as a vapor barrier, blocks moisture on the warm side from reaching cooler surfaces. Our solution, reflective single bubble radiant barrier that acts as a vapor barrier and insulation. And this is what it looks like installed. And the metal's going to come on top of it. A moisture barrier, and it's also reflecting the heat. Okay, understanding our insulation. Reflective single bubble radiant barrier that acts as a vapor barrier and insulation. Radiant barrier has an R value of 10 on the roof and a 7 on the walls. Combined with standard spray foam thickness, we can offer an R value of 20.5 on the roof, 17.5 on the walls. It just costs more to do it that way. All right, so the sun hits this roof. If you saw the foil, there's a reflective, the fraction of solar energy that is reflected by the roof. So it's fighting the sun. So in the hot months of the summer, when that sun is pushing on this roof, that reflective barrier is not only serving as a moisture barrier, but is reflecting the heat to keep your building cooler. Hell, Jesus, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's the batteries, guys. Oh, missed one. Oh, missed again. All right. We use preventing condensation around windows. They're common areas for condensation because of the absence of the roof and wall insulation. Solution, double pane residential grade windows filled with argon to minimize the transfer of heat. That is what we use. And you notice all these? If you don't have all those placards on that window, you could get, your project could fail. I only use windows that are approved but to pass all permit requirements. All right. God dang it. All right. Steel, on average, unless you request, is going to come in at a 2 on 12 or 1 on 12. Folks, that's crazy in Louisiana. It rains too much, and when you get that snow, like we just had, it's a problem. I got a couple of pictures to show you. Some pictures were sent to me, some people are having trouble with some buildings, and I'm going to show those at the end, or in a few minutes. On our buildings, the Elite building and the Signature building, standard 5 on 12, 4 on 12 on the value. Remember, when it comes to that metal roof, unless you go a minimum of 4 on 12, you better put tape in between those sheets or it will leak. So putting 2 on 12 is even crazier. All right, let's see what else we got here. What happens when moisture meets metal? Well, let's see what happens. That. Factual statement. The steel guys can say all they want to say. That's what happens when condensation gets into the steel building and starts dripping on those steel purlins and girts and columns. It will create this process called rust. It will start oxidizing. Anchor bolts become weaker by the day. As you recall, I always tell you, this is a 2-year study of what happens to different types of metals. Steel, black iron, 2-year study. Look what happened. 2-year, galvanized, it started. Look at it, look how it's deteriorating. exposed region, crevice region. And then stainless steel, which they'll tell, oh, I'm using stainless steel. It's going to start deteriorating too. So imagine this is 2 years. In 5 years, what you think is going to happen to these anchor bolts? Folks, you got nothing holding that building down. As, oh, I need to do some maintenance. Well, yeah, you better do some maintenance. And if you close in the wall, how do you get to the columns to fix them? How do you maintain the columns? Or these bolts? You can't. What happens when anchor bolts rust? Let's see what I got here. Yeah, watch. Oh, wait. Shoot. Hit, quick. I always like to show this.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Okay, that's tubular. That's a 77-mile-an-hour wind. What's a 150-mile-an-hour hurricane going to do with that? Don't take my word for it. You just saw what it's going to do. Now, this is a couple of pictures that came to me while I was out of town. As you can see, the weight, now that's a post frame building. That's not. That's all steel. All this stuff is steel. Look what's happening. It can withstand the weight. And folks, we might have this every year. Why would you want to take a chance on this happening to your building? This just happened. I can't make this stuff up. Let's see if I got another picture. Look. You don't want to do this. I don't know what he paid for that, but look, the building it's attached to is post frame. It didn't collapse. This stuff, I'm telling you, is not designed for our part of the world, much less the 150-mile-an-hour wind. All these things you must take into consideration when you're buying a building. Well, when I'm going to have snow on my roof in the next 5 years, am I going to get a hurricane? Do I want to have to, does it seem like it's cheap now? It's not cheap now, is it? That's why you don't want to go there. The cheapest thing, the worst thing you can do is buy something that this could possibly happen, because when you least expect it, this is what's going to happen. All right, so now I want to take you back to my hurricane building. That's the Elite Mallett building. As you can see, let's talk about that square foot. Quit looking at the numbers. Let's talk about this. 25, 23, 22, we start with a 30 by 50 down to a 40 by 60. If you add the electrical package, take $5 off each one of those. Maybe 6. Can't beat the deal. Look what's in this building. It is the best building, only building built like that standard by us in the nation. Nobody's building this in the whole United States. Why? Because the North is not worried about hurricanes. They're worried about snow, but I take care of snow. Okay? But the bottom line is, it's built to take hurricanes. That's why it's the best building. It's the only building with kill-dried lumber. All the post-frame people up north, they're not using that. They don't have termites like us. They don't have rain and moisture like us. Folks, this sale's going to end because right now you're going to get an electrical package. If you want this deal, you need to hurry up because it's going to end this week. It's the best deal in town, I'm telling you. If you want a building and you want the best building, plus you get a 6-inch slab, hey, you're going to get control joints. None of them put control joints. And I highly recommend you put control joints in all these buildings. I'm going to tell you, think about this. If a slab in my building has a hairline crack or starts doing that, remember, I put the whole building up first. There's no weight on the slab. There's only one thing creating that underneath the slab, which is the foundation. But it's not the building. We put the whole building up before we even pour the slab. That slab has no weight from the structure. Absolutely none. So when that occurs, it is the foundation. And we have a recommendation. We try to tell people what they need to do with that. Let's see what else I got. Giving back to the community. We started out with that, we'll end with that. We're very proud. We ask that you consider that when purchasing a building. We continue to help people. Just gave some money to the rodeo. And these are some of the people that we give to all the time. Not just once in a while, and ain't no $100. I could take, but $100 per if I just want to make a show out of this, I could have 1,000 people on here by just handing out $100 donations. Because let's just take state troopers. That was about $9,000. Divide that by 100, that'd be 90. I could have 90 more. Junior League, that was 10,000, another 90. St. Tickles, that's about 40,000, that's about 400. You realize that's not what we do here. I know my competitor in software would like to make you believe that, but he's full of it. It's not the case. Because if that was the case, I'd have page after page after page after page. It's not the fact. And we have other people. We give different, foundation, that's 6,000 or 7,000. Children's theater, we send them a couple of thousand. Whistle Stop, $10,000. I mean, it just goes on and on. Ben Terry Fund, 30-something, I think it was $30,000, $40,000. Jennings VA just gave him $6,000. Christmas Cheer Toy Drop, $10,000. What other company's doing this? I challenge my competitors to send us something. They're not giving back to the community. In fact, one of them is sending all his money out of state, and that's called Fortify. They're owned by an out-of-state company. So all the profits and the money they make are leaving the state. Not us. We're from Louisiana. So we give back, and we're proud of that. We're very proud of that. And I think that should be it for today. Nope, price match. You can call and get a bid. I will beat them by $1,000, apples to apples. And let me tell you the real positive. You get to do business with a company that's been doing it for 26 years, A+ rating with the BBB, 500 reviews, and got a facility and a licensed general, residential, and electrical contractor. My credentials compared to my competitors are second to none. Okay? So when you're considering that, I'll beat them by, I'm going to save you $1,000, apples to apples. So one, it's better for your back pocket. Two, you're going to get the quality of a licensed electrician, a licensed general contractor, a licensed residential contractor. And you get someone who has a proven track record. You ain't going to have to worry about what's going to happen. Because we've been around 26 years. So remember, I will beat anybody's price by $1,000. But like I said, the best part is the other things I told you, which I need to add to this, which I'm going to, by the way. Okay, let's see what else. Hey, what about this? We're open 24/7, 7 days a week. My building specialists carry a phone 24/7 so that we're available to you whenever you get off work or when it's convenient for you. We also just added something. You want us to go to your site, make an appointment, we'll be there. We want to earn your business. We believe we're the best in the business based on what we've accomplished and what we've done. Okay? I don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk at Mallett Buildings. So look, give us a call 7 days a week, 24/7. My competitors won't do it. And we're open on Saturdays too, till 12. And we'll stay here all day for you. Where's my competitors? They go and play, not us. We're going to take care of you because you're the most important thing to this company. See what else I got. I don't got anything. Well, that's it for today. Look, I enjoyed talking to you. I've been gone for 10 days. I'm glad to be back to Louisiana. I've traveled a lot in my time, and I always come back to Louisiana because it's the people. You might find some places that are prettier, maybe even prettier in your mind, but you can't find better people than people in Louisiana. They're really, that's the difference. I've traveled all over the world, different businesses that I do, and I can tell you what brings me back to Louisiana is I love the state, but it's the people. The people just are some places, these people are just mean, folks. I'm just being honest about it. But in Louisiana, people talk to you, people are nice to you, people are accommodating. And so with that, thank you for listening. Give us a call, 337-515-2154, which is my personal cell phone number. It's on every page of my contract. You can call me anytime you want, or call us at 337-214-0428. Once again, thank you. I hope everybody weathered the storm. I wasn't here. I got to see pictures of it. I hope that if you got any damage or you bought one of those crazy buildings, give us a call. We'd like to get that. You'll fix that where that don't happen to you again. That's what makes that expensive, folks. You can save $3,000 or $4,000 or even $5,000, even $10,000, but when that happens, you've wasted your money. Don't build that cheap stuff. It will come back to bite you either with a hurricane or with a snowstorm or the rust fall down. I don't know what this stuff will do. But anyway, give us a call. We want to earn your business. Once again, thank you all for listening. See